Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we have a damage test with Lenna. So I did say that after I did my character guide, the fight didn't quite go the way I wanted to in that. So we are going to do a proper damage test here. Now I will say this, as with all my damage tests, I'm not perfect. I know there's ways to maximize these things a little bit better, but we are hopping in here and we're doing something to try to make Lenna look really good. And there was one thing I forgot to do in the character guide, which was put Alexander as my summon, because Alexander gives you like a fat 15% more HP like outright. So we have Alexander summon on, so we're getting the big HP bump there. We're going to properly set everything up. We're going to have launching. We're going to get it all here. So we're going to see what kind of damage can Lenna put up here in this damage test. Now remember, for some of the other damage tests I've done for Rex and some of these other normal-ish damage dealers, like Arene, I think same thing. Like these kind of what you'd consider to be good DPS characters. For my damage tests, I'll say. Other content creators, other players can probably do them a little bit better than me, but for what I put out, they're in the 500 something million range, right? That's kind of what a normal DPS character is. And then Astos, who's on another plane, a whole nother stratosphere. I think I had him at 800 million, but I know he can hit 1 billion, right? So we'll see where Lenna kind of falls into that here based on the types of damage tests that I put out. Now, once again, her setup's a little bit different, and I think Lenna can vary more because it's going to depend on if you have crystal runes done and how much HP you can really put out on these characters, right? So the first thing I'll say is, my Lenna has no crystal rune passive. So with crystal rune on Lenna, we definitely can output more than this, right? I also brought a Lillicet Call, which does have HP overheal on it. But I wasn't able to put that in the video. It basically worked out where I got to Lenna and it was on the turn I had to go into burst and I didn't have a chance to put Lillicet on, so I didn't do it. So that's another thing that had I had Lillicet Call on, that would have helped us overheal a little bit more and get a little bit more HP out of it. But I'm happy with what I was able to put out here in this damage test, right? So we're kind of getting set up. I do have Selfie. We brought Selfie Friend in right away just to put in the launching. Really the goal is to get back to Selfie, have our BT effects up, go into a Lenna burst phase with as high of HP as possible on our party, and we just kind of go to town from there, right? And we're going to see what kind of damage she can put out. But I'm very impressed with Lenna. I'm very happy with her. I think she is a very good character, right? Like I said, the one flaw is not having force charging, but I think the rest of her kit really makes up for it. She's just a stellar character. The debuff evasion is just so awesome. It's a really nice piece to have. Now, there are other ways to get that, right? Aerith has Seal Evil. Vice has a really good BT effect. You could flat out put dodge on your character. So yeah, there are definitely ways to, Raijin Call, right? There are a lot of ways to debuff evade, but it's just nice having another option that can always be in my party to just make sure I'm not getting debuffed. Because there are enemies that put really nasty debuffs on. Debuffs have been pretty popular in some of the most recent fights, so it is nice to have that. Being that Vice was featured in Lenna, they are featuring nasty debuffs because they want to show off the debuff evasion. So she does fit in really nice with the fights right now. Very useful character, right? So here we go, Windrake Arrow, and we don't even talk about Rapid Arrow very much, and I don't think I even use Rapid Arrow in this fight. But Rapid Arrow is a nice move because it does stop the enemies from doing insane Brave gains. It really cuts down on their eye Brave. So that's also a decent button to press. I just haven't had the need to press it much with Lenna lately. But yeah, that's something else she has in her kit that is also pretty handy, right? Alright, so here goes Selfie. We're going to wall out just to get her off the page. We've got Aerith BT effect up. We have Lenna BT effect up. So we're pretty much ready to hop into things, right? We just have to get a force going. Ramp a bunch, and then go to town from there. So the plan is to get to Lenna's next turn, which will put her at 6 burst turns, which should be just enough to do what we need to do. Because her burst attack at the end, I don't believe scales on HP, so that shouldn't affect that damage too much. We just need to make sure her burst effect is up when we're doing the HP scaling stuff, right? Because that's going to make sure the party has more HP. But you can see our HP is very healthy right now, and it's going to get even bigger. So yeah, it's kind of crazy the amount of HP you can have. And I think what Lenna has kind of shown off to me, and what you kind of shown off in the Spiritus fight is, I did a video on that. I think that I'm dropping that video after this one. But the enemies in there, one, they do a lot of debuffs, which showcases her well because you negate those, essentially. But the enemies are also very aggressive, and they do fat Brave gains into what would normally be instant kill HP attacks. So it showcases her rapid arrow in that the eye brave down is going to make it so they can't brave gain as much. But even if you don't have that on, the enemies will brave gain up to like 30k, but you'll have so much HP that they just can't kill you. So in a way, I mean, Lenna kind of in a roundabout way is a tank, because if your party has so much HP that you can't get one shot, she very easily heals you back. So she can kind of serve as a tank. I feel like you could bring her into a fight where you really need a tank and maybe get away without one, just because she can overheal you so much and then just heal you back up, right? So I think that's something people maybe don't talk about with Lenna, just the way that she can kind of help your party tank. Look at our, by the way, after doing the force, look at our freaking HP. We've got 175k on Aerith. We got about 165k on Beatrix, and even Lenna is at almost 100k, and she has no crystal room passives. So Lenna, I would not doubt if she was pushing like 200k HP with crystal rooms. Absolutely crazy the amount of HP we're putting up here. Insane numbers. Which, by the way, in the future, well, actually, maybe even now, I might have to try it out. So Porum is another character that has attacks that scale on HP. And I want to say Porum's white. Because I'm wondering if it directly scales on HP, even though she's LD only, she might be able to put up some mad numbers. If you say had white crystal room done with insane amounts of HP, I might have to dabble with that and just do like a little practice. Like, we wouldn't get as much HP because we'd have like, you know, Lenna and Porum on the team. But like, if we did Lenna, Porum, and then I just put like a red crystal character, right? Like with big beefy HP. I'm kind of curious what Porum can do. That might have to be a different video, huh? I might just dabble with that on my own, and if I feel like it's worth a video, I might make that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Porum has follow-up damage that scales off a party HP. So that could be fun. That could be really fun. I think another character that's going to be really fun is like when Gladio gets his FRBT, which he did get in JP. But Gladio, one of his artifact passives is literally like 10 or 15% HP up for Gladio. Gladio, I would imagine, with that passive in a full crystal room, might be the heaviest HP character in the game. So that could be another interesting thing. Because with Gladio, you could give him this, I think it's called like survival skill boost up or something. And it's like, I think it's 15% HP. But then you could give him HP 1080 if you want to go really crazy. That would be interesting to see what you could push Gladio. If any of you have Black Room done, you should let me know with that on, like what Gladio's HP is like. But I bet it's pretty dang high. For whatever reason, a Minotelian has insane HP, by the way. We noticed that during the character guide. But here we go. We're entering at 785%, so I feel pretty good about that. We're going to start with LD here, which does scale on HP. And at 785, we are just opening up with an AoE 22 mil. So we just did 2, 4, 6, probably about 70 mil damage right there if you combine all the damage. That's pretty good. 70 mil on one shot for Lenna, and we're not even maxed out yet, right? So we're going to get there. We're going to push in that direction. So now I think I'm ready to go up and do the HP plus attacks, which is Dragon Breath. Once again, these also scale off of HP. Okay, and then we're dropping the, you know, the launch damage as well. And where's Lenna going to end up? So 35 mil there with 24 on the side. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What, that was 80 or 90 mil right there. So, you know, if you think about it, you combine all of the AoE damage compared to what... Because, like, when Astos does, like, the 125 mil shot, that's primarily single target, right? So you can compare, like, just total damage done here. Like, in a 3-target fight, Lenna is getting there, man. Lenna's getting there. She's in, like, the 100 mil range per attack, right? So there we are near 40 with 27 on the sides. That's a lot of damage. All right, so now we're at full gauge. So let's get some hits in at full gauge, and we can kind of see, you know, what she's putting out. So here's a Dragon Breath at full gauge, full HP, with a launch. Okay, and Lenna here just hit 40 million with 28 on the sides, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was about 96 to 100 million, right? That she did AoE. So now she's just pumping out pretty much 100 mil shots, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So yeah, where's Lenna gonna fall here, right? Because like I very recently did Aranea, and I think she was like 550 mil. I did Rex back in the day before Red Crystal Room. He was like 500 something mil. I think I might have done Sephiroth too, and he was in the 500 mil range, right? Once again, this is for my damage test. Other players can maximize better than me, but just doing with my knowledge what I do here, this is kind of what I'm getting out of a character. So where's Lenna going to fall? Place your bets. What do we got here? Is she going to reach Astos level? Probably not, but it's going to be pretty impressive. Astos is pretty dang untouchable, I think, until we get Rufus. Rufus seems pretty busted. But yeah, Astos is pretty untouchable right now. All right, so here we go. Is Lenna a damage dealer? We're going to find out. Spoiler alert, yes, she's a damage dealer. Lenna can definitely be a damage dealer if you set up the team right. Definitely we could get more HP on the team too. But here we go. Dude, 620 mil. 620, man. That's a fat number for a support character. Are you kidding me with that? 620 mil burst phase on the damage test. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of Lenna. Let me know if you've seen higher numbers of her. I know other people have been able to put more than that. But dude, for me, that's the highest damage test I've ever done outside of Astos. And it came from freaking Lenna. So let me know what you think of this girl. I think she's nutty. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.